welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So I am really excited to talk to you about tonight's show because, surprise, it's a 21 Pilot show. Anyway, let's get right into it because there is a lot to talk about. So the opener was Peter Mcpoland, and there was like an instrumental intro. I really liked the lyrics in the first song. It was like related to going to a concert, so it was very appropriate for the mood. He fell onto his knees in the middle of the song. They started 10 minutes early, which we got there like 10 minutes early. We pretty much got into our seats as he started playing. So while I didn't appreciate it at the time, that meant 21 Pilots got to play for 10 more minutes, so I did appreciate that later on. But I get why you have like 7:30 versus 8 o'clock versus 8:30, but really you could have just put 7:50. I would have left 10 minutes earlier. But again, not his fault, but that was just a little side note. I really liked the upbeat feel to the second song. He was like running in place on stage and dancing. It was kind of fun. And then when there was a guitar solo for the instrumental bridge or instrumental parts in general, he would like go near the guitarist and just like air guitar. It was great. It was really fun. And then towards the end there was a female vocalist, and then he was also singing as well, so I really liked the dual vocals for the bridge and chorus. After that, he played, he talked about 21 Pilots, and he talked about how tonight's for like falling in love and heartbreak and stuff. And I want to say the song is called Tonight because this is Tonight, so I think that's maybe the name of the song. Really liked the lyrics of the verses. Definitely a good follow-up song to the second song. It had a very similar energy. Then after that, they played a cover of Twist and Shout, so that was really cool. He had the crowd singing like the build-up, which was awesome, and then after the build-up, he got on his knees and danced around like on his knees, and then he actually like laid on his stomach with his head hanging over the side of the stage, which I thought was kind of unique. I don't see that very often. It was I really liked that choice of cover song. Super energetic, had the crowd going. It was really great. Then after that, he got water. He was like, I'm out of breath, and you could like, he was huffing and puffing into the mic. And then after that, they played a slower song. Started with just the keyboard and the singer. Really liked the line about like the cold breath and like he's not even sure if it's mine. So I really liked that line in particular. Definitely had more energy towards the end, but as a follow-up song to Twist and Shout, not my favorite choice. But again, like towards the end, it definitely had more energy. But again, I mean, you just like went from such an epic, like the crowd was going crazy, and then you just like brought it down a notch. But then he was air guitaring during the instrumental bridge, and he actually took a cymbal from the drummer and was punching it with his hand, which I'm sure had to hurt. As a matter of fact, somebody in the crowd clearly had band-aids in their purse or something, and they gave him a band-aid, and he was like, can you like help me open it and put it on? And so that was kind of nice. They like helped him out, and so that was fun. After that, the last song they played was Romeo and Juliet. Again, it had a slower start, and then he stopped before the chorus to thank that person who gave him a band-aid. And then he introduced the band after the first chorus. He took his shirt off at some point, and then got on his knees and just like was rocking out at the end. I did like that song, and actually I thought it was a good follow-up to the previous song because again, it had that slower start and then a good build-up. So yeah, overall, I thought he was actually very entertaining. Definitely had a good command of the stage for someone who is definitely newer and opening for 21 Pilots, so I was impressed. Really loved the cover song. Again, just right afterwards, man. Ooh. All right, let's get into 21 Pilots. There's so much, so many things. Okay, so they opened with a video of them walking through snow with ski masks and glasses on, and there was a blue door, and the blue door was in front of them at first and then kind of like flew over their heads, and the door opens, and then all of a sudden a door like on the floor of the stage opened, and it was blue, and so they walked out from underneath the stage. They started with Good Day, which was not a surprise at all. I kind of expected that they would start with that song. So Josh went to the drums, Tyler went to the piano, and then after the first chorus, Music for No Chances started playing, and that woman and man from the Scaled and Icy virtual show came on, and then the curtain got pulled down, and so where the rest of the band plays, there's like an elevated part of the stage in the back of the stage, and so then in front of part of that elevated stage were screens that often had images that matched what was going on behind those people, but so when the curtain fell down, that's where Tyler was. He was on the part that was behind the screens, and so so he was on the elevated part of the stage, and then it started snowing, which was cool. And he had an acoustic guitar, and so sorry, I wrote really sloppy because I was trying to pay attention and write at the same time, guys, and it was doing out violence, so okay, so it was snowing, right? Keep in mind, snowing, it's supposed to be cold. So at one point they had a hood on, he had a hoodie on, or a jacket with a hood on, and as he was singing, or anyway, there was like smoke. It looked like his breath was cold and like smoke was coming out of his mouth. So that was pretty cool. And then after that, he jumped off the stage and literally just jumped off the stage, like behind the barricade. So like, it's not like he was crowd surfing. He literally just jumped off the stage, which was cool. Then Blurry Face came on the screen and started singing some fairly local lyrics. The few, the proud, the emotional in particular. Then they showed a montage of older shows, which definitely had like all of 2 people at. And then they played Guns for Hands, which was really good. I feel like I haven't seen that song. They let the crowd sing the pre-chorus and definitely changed the pacing in the chorus and the second verse, which was so good. Oh my god, I loved it so much. And then Tyler was sitting on the piano for the bridge. After the bridge, they went right into Morph, and they had the crowd go back and forth with Haze and Nose, and they played only the piano, and then they went into Holding On To You, which was really cool. They let the crowd sing the chorus for that one, which I definitely think there was a quickened pace change in that song. And he definitely changed, during the second verse, so I liked that a lot. Oh gosh, it was like the perfect version. There was like the build up to the bridge was so good. Josh did his backflip off the piano. Tyler jumped off the top of the piano. I really liked that version. It was so fantastic. And again, I don't know if it's just because I haven't seen it in so long, or if they actually changed it from what they used to do to the song. Really liked those changes in the second verse and the chorus. I thought it was really good. Then Josh played the drums as the rest of the band came in under their own spotlight as they played. So first it was the guitarist, then it was the keys, then it was the bassist, and then the horns. So yeah, that's always fun. So then Tyler came back out in like a sparkly jacket, and he had his back turned to the front of the stage for the song, for at least the first verse and chorus of Outside, or the Outside. And then they changed some of the pacing for the bridge and the chorus towards the end. And then Tyler was dancing towards the instrumentals. And then at the end, he went down the door, or he went through the door again on the stage. When he came back up, he had a little table with that little bowl with the black stuff that he puts on his hands. So definitely was excited for that. And then they played Message Man, which I love that song. The bassist actually came down from the front of the stage and kind of like danced along with Tyler and was playing. And then Tyler dunked his hands in during the bridge, the instrumental part of the bridge. And they definitely changed the pacing of the bridge, which I loved, because I'm pretty sure he like held some words, which I thought was really great. So that was awesome. Again, love these little subtle changes, especially in some of the older songs. So that was really fun to see. Then the stage went dark and the voice could be heard with music, and it's the prequel to Lane Boy came on. And then they started playing Lane Boy. Surprise, I know, it's shocking. And he put on gloves. Okay, so he was like putting on gloves during the first verse, and I'm pretty sure every time I've seen him dip his hands into that little black liquid stuff, he puts gloves on after. If anyone knows why, I'm just curious. Just curious. Like, if you can tell me, that would be great. But yeah, so he was putting his gloves on. Oh shit, sorry. Sorry guys. The crowd sang the chorus for that, at least the first chorus. Okay, and so like right when the music like builds up for the bridge, usually he tells them to get low. He did not tell them to get low, and I was so pumped. He just told the pit to get crazy. So excited. I was never a huge fan of that part, and it wasn't in the show anymore, so I was like, yay. There were smoke jets once the like build up happened, and then the guys in gas masks and the white hazmat suits came out, and they had like fire extinguishers basically, and they were spraying smoke as well. Really loved the addition right before the end. He like sang some additional lines. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Again, it was a change, and there was no get low part, so I was very happy with Lane Boy. So happy. After that, they played Chlorine, and it started snowing over the pit. They definitely changed the pacing of the first line. I think he was like trying to change the pacing throughout. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I was just hearing it wrong, or like there was like a little bit of a lag for some reason, but let me know what you think. They let the crowd sing the pre-chorus, and then like towards the end, he definitely had like a gravelly, for the bridge I guess, he had a gravelly quality to his voice. I'm not sure if it was a filter or if it was his voice, but again, I feel like was I hearing it correct? But I'm pretty sure, at least in the bridge, his voice was definitely gravelly. So let me know if you heard that as well. I'm interested to hear. So then he went off stage for a quick second. He came back in the flower shirt, went right to the piano and started playing Mulberry Street. Josh had a giant, like a really like fun knit hat on. It was cute, blue, love blue, so that was great. Okay, so then Tyler walked out into the crowd, but he was behind the barricades, and he walked to a backstage, which was awesome. Okay, so then he gave directions about taking your phones out for flashlight use. So I'm going to try and explain this simple and quickly. So he had one side of the stadium, hold it up for Mull, the back curve, hold it up for Barry, the other side of the stadium, hold it up for Street, and then the pit for the rest of the chorus, for that line in the chorus. So he was like, keep your phones on, keep them on, but just keep them hidden, and then when it comes to your line, you pick your phone up for that part of the word or the line. And so right when he started playing again, he played the bridge, which does not have Mulberry Street in it. So I was like, okay, let's see if we can remember to do this. He was like, we're not even gonna practice. So we had no practice. Man, it was so cool when he got to the chorus. People did such a great job, right? It was Mulberry Street, and then the rest of the line. It was so good, so fantastic. Really, really loved it. I thought that was a cool thing. And again, just being able to see the whole stadium light up in turn, it was pretty cool. I really liked that. That was pretty impressive. So then he just kind of started messing around on the piano and said that they were going to do a medley of all the albums, starting with their self-titled. And then it was cool because he played one note and he gave us a direction. When I play that note, you're going to sing an ooh ah thing, and then I'm going to transition to the song. And so at first I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's going to work so well, but I was like, all right, I'm willing to buy in. So first he started with, and so when he heard us sing the ooh ah part after he asked us to, he was like, wow, he was like, you guys might be the loudest of all. And I was like, were we the loudest? Where are we? So let me know if you've been to another show. And he said the same exact thing to your crowd, because he told us that we were maybe the loudest. right, so let's get into this. Oh my gosh, guys, these songs were so good. I'm gonna like be geeking out. So first he started with Addict with a Pen. So good. And I know that oftentimes Addict with a Pen is picked for these medleys, but man, I feel like I haven't seen it in so long. Oh, it was so good. He just played the first verse. It was so good. Oh my gosh, it was just so good. Then after that, Forest, love the chorus. Oh gosh, the chorus of that song was so good. And what was cool is between the songs, it wasn't like he played that note and it was like, ooh, you know, we did our ooh-ah thing and then it was like the next song. He actually like played the note, we did our ooh-ah thing, then he kind of continued playing this like Addict with a Pen for a little bit, and then kind of he did the note again, we did the ooh-ah thing again, and then he played, like, then he started playing Forest. So it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna play this note and then suddenly change it. He kind of like subtly went into the change, which I really loved, and I think it worked throughout the rest of this segment. Like, it was so good. Then after that, he went into Ode to Sleep. It's so funny because, okay, so I don't know how big of a fan you are, but Ode to Sleep is like a song that just has, in my opinion, like totally, it's like 3 different songs, right? You have the verses, which sound totally different. Then you have the pre-chorus, which is totally different from the verses. And then you have the chorus, which is fairly similar to the pre-chorus, but there is a change and there's a drop in the music. So, you know, it's different. And it was just so funny because he played the first verse, which I love. And then right when he started playing the pre-chorus, everyone was like, oh my God, yay! And I was like, you didn't realize this was the same song? Okay. But it was great. So he played the first verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. So I really loved that because, let's face it, it's fantastic. Okay, this is where I need you people. I'm pretty sure he played like 2 lines of Hometown. Pretty sure. I think. Just like a quick Hometown, like 2 lines. I was like, oh, Hometown. And then it was not Hometown, and he changed it to Bandito, and I was like, oh, it's Bandito. And I was like, but I'm pretty sure I heard Hometown in the dark. I'm pretty sure. So let me know if you heard it too, because I'm pretty sure it was there. But then they played Bandito, love the chorus, so that was really great. And then he went right into Choker, let the crowd sing the first half of the chorus. He only sang the first verse and the first to after the first chorus. So again, well done. I really liked all the song choices. I mean, come on, Addict with a Pen, Forest, and then Ode to Sleep. Ooh, so good. I really like the transitions too. Like I said, I was a little bit skeptical and I was like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna work, but the fact that he kind of worked the transitions into the next song and didn't just, you know, play the song, stop it, have the transition, and then play the next song, I really liked that. So there was also a uke on that part of the stage, so he took his uke out and played the judge. And so at first, once the music kicked in, there was a campfire on the main stage, and the band, they were all playing different instruments. Some of them were string instruments. They had an accordion. Josh was just like playing a box. And then he sang, I Got a Migraine. And the crowd basically sang the whole rest of that first part of the verse, as he was walking back to the main stage while he sang the rest of the verse and the chorus. So I really loved that. Migraine is such a good song. Oh, so good. I love that song. So it was really great to see it. Loved it. And so he left his uke there by accident. Oh no. And how did he get into the main stage from the backstage? They crowd surfed it on an air mattress. So, you know, one of the crew members put the uke on the air mattress, and from the backstage all the way to the front stage, the uke made it. I believe the name is Chicago. Am I right? Anyway, so that was pretty cool. Then after that, he had the accordion guy, the guy who was playing the accordion, talk through the accordion, because he was like, dude, I think there's a mic actually in the accordion, and I think if the accordion guy talks into the accordion, you might be able to hear him. It sounded genuinely like this was the first time that he discovered this, so I'm really curious if you've been to another show, if he said the same thing and made it seem like he discovered it at your show, because that wouldn't surprise me. Disappoint me, but wouldn't surprise me. So they started with the bridge of Hype, and then they went into the chorus of that song. Then after that, they went into Nico and the Niners. They played the verse plus the chorus. Oh, I see. which I love the chorus of Nico and the Niners, so I really liked hearing the chorus. And then all of a sudden he counted in Japanese, which I was like, yes, they're gonna play Tear in My Heart. So he started with the pre-chorus and chorus, which I really liked, and then the second verse, the chorus and the bridge, he let the crowd sing that. So I just really liked that song. I'm glad they played it. So that was fantastic. After that, he went to House of Gold. The crowd sang the chorus again before he went into the second verse. And then they went into We Don't Believe What's on TV. Love the yeah, yeah, yeahs. Like, again, you kind of like forget about the part and you're like, oh yeah, it's so good. Josh played the trumpet during the chorus for that. So yeah, it was great. And then that segment was over. So the trumpet player came to the front and played while the rest of the stage was dark. And then all of a sudden the rest of the band came back in and they played Jumpsuits, which was so good. There were smoke jets and fire burning in the background. That would shoot up well with the smoke jets. And then Tyler went to the piano for the bridge, and yellow confetti fell down onto the pit, well, like, you know, to look like petals. Yeah. So then there was like a big, huge bang, like right after the bridge. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So that was awesome. Also, the traffic right now, my worst nightmare. So anyway, if you're on 270 local lanes, I am so sorry. Oh, did you see that? Wow. Okay, sorry guys, sorry. I don't mean to be a nudge. I'm sorry. I also went backwards on my thing. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Traffic is so distracting. Okay, so then they started playing Heavy Dirty Soul, and it was so cool. So like you have the fire jets in the background, right? So the smoke jets were in the front of the stage, like in the front. But then behind the, like where Tyler's piano was and Josh's drum kit, there was these fire. This is where the fire jets were coming out of. Well, for Heavy Dirty Soul, it wasn't like the fire jets were exploding like off and on. No, they were going left to right. So fire is literally like coming, like it was just so cool. I loved every second of it. It was great, especially for the song Heavy Dirty Soul, because we all know how that video goes. So it was great. Yeah, there was so much fire, but then also like fire jets during the chorus too. There was just a lot of fire. It was great. And then so he screamed the last few lines of the chorus, and then the song ended, but then they kind of ended the song with some of the lyrics from the bridge, so I really liked that. After that, they went into My Blood. So great. Love seeing that song, as always. Okay, so then all of a sudden, he kind of started singing lines from Saturday during the bridge, and then went full into Saturday, but then went back into My Blood, which I wasn't expecting, and then back into Saturday. So I really liked that there was actually a back and forth. And then like at the end of Saturday, they kind of like, the whole band went back into that raised section behind the screens, and they were like posing for pictures. It was cute. Okay, so then he was like, I don't say this every night, but I could take this room everywhere with me. So the fact that he said I don't say this every night, I do believe, but interested to know if you went to a different show, if he said it to your show in particular. And also I would be sad now knowing if like I went to another show and he didn't say that, so I'm sorry if I opened your eyes up to something. Then he talked about how hard they work and trying to remember like what to do next. He introduced the band after that. Then they brought the crowd surfing drum kit out for Josh, and he played the drums to the end of Saturday. After that, they had the crowd repeat O's and then repeat like random lines. So first he talked about like the traffic's not going to be that bad after the show. The merch isn't actually that expensive. And he was like, I like Josh's sweater vest. So that was just fun. And then he played Level of Concern, and he mentioned that he likes playing the song in the set because it reminds him of when he thought like live music was going to be dead forever during the pandemic. But now tonight we get to celebrate it. And so that was kind of cool. Then he came back into the seated section which was like a section over from us. So that was like, we were so close, but so far. And played Ride, which was cool. So he played like the first verse and then the chorus of Ride. And then there was like a little music interlude as he went to the other side of the stage. And then he went to the other section, like across the stadium, to the other seated section, and played the second chorus and the second verse and the second chorus. So that was pretty cool. I like that he continued it. I thought that was a good touch. Then he ran to the backstage again and played piano to play the bridge, but definitely a slower pace, at least at first. And then he just jumped onto the air mattress and had the crowd surf him back to the main stage while lying on it. After a while, he turned around, stood up on it, knelt on it, and pretended he was rowing back to the stage. So again, loved it, thought it was great. And then he played the bridge on the piano, definitely sang it with some subtle changes, so I really liked that. And definitely like in the piano part too. There's subtle changes in the piano part, so I really, really, really liked that. Then after that, they played Shy Away. There were fire jets for the chorus and smoke jets for the second chorus. And then 3 of the 4 band members actually like came out and played an extended guitar bass part for the instrumental part of the bridge. It was really good. I was really entertained. Tyler and the trumpet player were kind of back towards the back of the stage, and Josh was obviously on the drums. So I really liked that. I thought that was a cool touch, and I liked the extended guitar. They did a great job, like musically wise, like it matched with the song and everything. It was really good. So then after that, he played Car Radio. Love that song. The stage was dark. They had put ski masks on, and then Tyler went to the tower in the back of the stadium. And he definitely changes the pace of that last chorus. Man, those changes at the end are so good. I love it, and it's so fun to see like who has seen that song before and who hasn't. I love it. It's so great. I love seeing Car Radio live. Then the bass guitar and a red hat was raised up next to him, which definitely was new. Never seen this part of it before, so that was really exciting for me. And so he put the hat on and started playing Stressed Out. Definitely changed the pace in the verses and let the crowd sing the pre-chorus and the first chorus. Then he went back to the main stage and jumped off the piano before the bridge with fog jets at the end of the song. So that was a pretty fun song. After that, there was a video of Josh and Tyler in skeleton outfits with the door still above them. The door opens and both of them came out of it from the stage. They played Heathens while it was snowing, but it was not the Stranger Things version, which I was a little disappointed with because I thought, oh, like I'll see a different version of this song. But they had fire and jet smokes during the chorus. I loved the changes in the last verse. It was really good. So again, it was good. It was good. Again, I would have liked to see the Stranger Things version just because I haven't seen that live myself. So that would have been cool to see. And then finally they played Trees. He thanked the crew and the local staff and security, and Josh was actually standing next to one of the bouncers at the barricades, so that was pretty funny. Like literally love this song live. It's just so good, guys. It's just so good. So Tyler was actually standing at the back on that raised part behind the screens because he was playing the keyboard, and they had the stationary drum crowd surfing thing come out, and they played drums like they always do to end the show. There was confetti. It was so good. So good. I love seeing that song live. I love it being last. It was just great. Oh gosh. Okay, let's talk about scores. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so hard. Okay, so opener, I feel like I briefly went over my highs and lows. I really liked the first 3 songs. Thought Twist and Shout was a great cover. Really energetic. I didn't not like the next song. It's just after you have Twist and Shout and the whole crowd is like riled, don't play a slow song. Or at least a song with a slow start to it. But again, the next 2 songs were well paced, and then like he was really good. He was a good showman, and he definitely was like jumping around on stage and stuff. So I liked his set. It was just that one, like that high and then that low, man. Oh, that slow start. 21 Pilots. Oh my gosh. They did so many things right. so many things right this show. They didn't do the low thing for Lane Boy. The songs they picked for the medley were really good, and he changed like pacing and parts of it that were so good. Man, car radio, trees, everything. I mean, the only thing I would say about their set was that they didn't play Redecorate, which I like, and they didn't play the Stranger Things version of Heathens, but I like literally can't complain. I mean, and then other than just them not having played a song that I haven't seen before, which is always going to be a complaint of mine, but I like can't really take it out on them. But you know, one day I would love to see Ruby or another song I haven't seen, like a Car, Death, a Torch of Death. That would be great. That would be great. Oh my gosh, guys, this is like really going to be, can I give it a, all right, I'm gonna give it a 9.75. It was pretty near perfect. It was almost a 10. Almost a 10. 9.75. Oh, so great. Let me know what you think. If you have any answers to any of my questions throughout, please let me know. I'm so interested, especially with the why he puts the gloves on, and if he said the same things to your show. If you're going to a show, if you wanted to go, please let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.